Let's start again. Let's start again.
So I got sick like the last few days. Now I don't really know how I got sick. All I know is that like it just randomly happened all of a sudden. Now I really didn't know what it was at first, but it like started in my throat. It was like, I don't know, it just started in my throat and it really hurt. It felt like strep throat at first. That's what I thought it was. It was strep throat. So she took me out of school. I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And we went to this urgent care, but it's like a doctor. It acts like a doctor. And then like when we were there, the nurse was like really kind of weird, I guess. Like she looked strict as shit. Like she looked like she wanted to kill me. She looked like she wanted to take her hand and put it inside my throat and kill me. Like that's what it looked like she wanted to do. Saying this doctor's like super scary. She like, I don't know, she's like strict. She's like so tall. She like stands tall and like, I don't know, she looked like a damn robot or something. Like she just wanted to fucking kill me. Now of course she's a nurse or a doctor or whatever you want to call them. And she wasn't that mean, but she was kind of strict on like, I told her what like my symptoms were, like sore throat, I had a little bit of a fever, I threw up once or twice, and then I had, you know the poopsies or whatever you want to call them. And she was like, oh, so have you been drinking a lot of fluids? I said, no, not as much as I should. She's like, oh, well, you need to start drinking a lot more fluids. So like me, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's, okay. And she just like looks at me with a dead stare, and like a death stare. And she's like, all right, so you need to get more fluids in you. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And she just like looks at me, and then she's like, oh, so you want a popsicle? I'm like, no, not really. And then she's like, you're gonna have one. Seems like a nice message, right? Yeah. Oh well, there you go. I mean, I did have a heart at the end. I mean, I did have some kind of heart to give him a heart. Anyway, about this doctor, she's like I said, she's standing tall, she's all this, and she like asked me if I want a popsicle. I said no, and all that, and she just like goes out of the room. After I said no, she goes out of the room. Like, I don't know, like you crush her up and you like, it's like this little weird thing. You like used to drink out of it, and it's like frozen. It's like kind of like, I don't know, it's like ice kind of, and you like, I don't know, I don't know the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. And she just walks back in one of those. It was orange, and she just hands it to me. I take it, I look at her, and I'm like, thanks. Oh, by the way, there's that kid. Let's see what he said. Couldn't be any wrong, actually. Now I feel bad. This doctor, after like I got all this fluids and stuff in me or whatever, and she started talking to my dad because my dad took me. She's like, all right, so this is what he has. This is what happened. Like, cause she took a strep test earlier. It was like, all right, he doesn't have strep, but he does have the flu. Here's his antibiotics, and you just take them once every 8 hours. I'm still taking them right now. But yeah, that was like basically the whole story. And we went back to my house, and my mom was like, oh, what happened? What happened? And we told her. She's like, oh, the flu, ew. And now I had like 2 days off school, so that was all right, I guess. My mom, being her casual self, tells me to go, oh, lay down, and you'll eventually get over it. So that's why I haven't been posting a lot. Like that's basically my reasoning and the story behind it. Why I haven't been posting a lot is because of that reason. But I'm getting over it. I know you can still hear it a little bit in my like nose or whatever, but I'm getting back on the video grind, which is pretty good, I guess. Basically, the gist of my story, it's actually a really weird story. It's weird. But I guess the moral of the story is, don't go to crazy doctors. Yeah. Don't go to crazy doctors. No, just don't do it. If you see a crazy doctor and she looks like she's a psychopath, don't go. Don't even ask her any questions. Just sit there and don't do anything. Yeah. 1, 2, 3,